Okay, guys, I'm back, hustler and muscular, back at it again. Sorry I had to cut that stream short, but I had to talk to some family members and let them out the door. Yep, I told you this was gonna happen, but just bear with me, folks. I'm doing the best I can with these live streams. Again, I apologize for the interruptions, but I guarantee you from this point on, there should be no interruptions whatsoever from this point on. All right, now where was I? Oh yeah, we were talking about older men wanting younger women, and we were looking at this video here again by the Trip Advice. He's covering the sexual market value as far as the younger women is concerned. Okay, shout out to you, Stoic One. Thanks a lot, Stoic. Hope you hope sorry. Hope you like my show. Now, once again, y'all, once again, shout out to this YouTuber whose name is Trip Advice. Let's hear what he has to say. We're talking about older men who want younger women, and right now we're going to talk about the sexual market value from which these younger women stand at. Fair use, y'all. Fair use.
Sexual market value for a second. Women, they have a high sexual market value when they are younger. That is when they are their most attractive. That's
Correct.
when they're most fertile. And men are going to be attracted to women who show signs of high fertility. It's just science. And women are going to be attracted to men who have a high sexual market value. And the high sexual market value for a man is generally when he's in his 30s, when he's already been able to have more wisdom, knowledge, wealth, and men tend to look more attractive as they get older. They do become more powerful when they're older, and women are attracted to men who have that power, not power over them, but power. And it's
make that clear.
Who's usually complaining about the fact that men are dating younger women? I bet you it's mostly.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's mainly older women their own age. But let's continue.
Women who are over 30, which is quite the double standard here, because when women are in their highest sexual market value in their early 20s to mid 20s.
Wait, let's go back and read that again. Okay, this post up here says, once again, I'm caught in a glare of ageism and misogyny that permeates the world we live in. A world that refuses to celebrate women past the age of 45 and feel the need to punish her if she continues to be strong-willed, hardworking, and adventurous. Correction. We're not so much punishing you, and if we are punishing you, it's because you wasted the best years of your life fooling around chasing a career, and now you're not celebrated anymore because you have little to no youth or fertility left in you. That's what they're doing. Congratulations on your accomplishments. And by the way, Madonna, she still look good for her age. But let's face it, compared to a 20-something-year-old, we have to be honest, she is not as desirable. Now, granted, I might probably still smash Madonna myself, but I wouldn't marry her. She's past her prime, so I can't do that. But let's continue.
Market value in their early 20s to mid 20s, they probably don't have a problem with it because they're getting a lot of attention. But once their sexual market value starts to dip over the age of about 27, 28, they start to have a problem because, in fact, they are jealous. Well, this is sad because before 30, men have to go through a struggle of not having their high sexual market value. So it's much harder for them to be able to attract women. And there is a lot of data now that's showing this because it is completely skewed in terms of the whole marketplace in dating. What I mean is men now under 30, it's the highest amount of virgins that have ever existed. Okay.
Sure, I find that hard to believe, but okay.
So that means that up until about 2019, the number of virgins under 30 men have tripled. One of the reasons because of that is online dating, mainly because a lot of the women are going for the top 20% of men.
Well, that might explain it, because when I was coming up, you see, back in the day when they had dating sites rather than dating apps, my understanding is this: women actually put in effort to try to meet somebody off of these dating apps. They were putting in the work to try to actually meet somebody. I can vouch for myself because back in the day when we had stuff like MySpace, you remember MySpace, Black Planet, I actually bagged quite a few women off of there. We would go back and we would go onto our home computers or laptop. Keep in mind, this is before the days of smartphones. Send a message to said woman. Y'all go back and forth, exchange phone numbers, and arrange for a meeting. That's how it was back in the day. So back then, women were putting in effort to actually try to meet somebody around that time. But nowadays, it's all about clout chasing, getting likes, comments, and subscriptions. And like the man just said, they want the top 20%, as in the Chads and Tyrones of the world, the big bulky dude who goes to the gym almost every day, got a six-figure income and 6 feet tall. Gone are the days of average dudes like myself, for example, having their pick of the litter, despite not being a Chad or a Tyrone, not even being considered alpha for that matter. But just being alpha in our own right. Now it's like they want only a certain criteria of men. And I find it kind of crazy that these women go on these hookup sites talking about they're not looking for a hookup. You log into her page and the first thing you see is she ain't looking for a hookup. Why the fuck you on the goddamn site then? That's like going to a barbershop or a salon talking about you're not getting a haircut or your hair done. You're taking up space and defeating the purpose of going to said sites. So why even go that far? But that's what they're doing. They're probably just there for the clout chasing, and until the men that they find attractive come along. And it's disingenuous because you can't go to a hookup site saying you're not looking for a hookup unless it's a certain man. You made it clear you're not there for a hookup. That's the first thing we're going to think about. When in reality, you're looking for a certain man to hit you up. It's nonsense. It's ass backwards, but let's continue. Fair use.
And leaving all these other good guys out. So the competition for men is fierce. And now, once a man becomes over 30, hopefully more physically attractive, works on his wealth, works on his status, and he finally gets to attract and be with a woman who's younger, now we get crap for it. It doesn't make any sense. So let's talk about
the same guys that couldn't get women in their 20s are now in their 30s, being the best versions of themselves, growing mentally, physically, and psychologically, and financially. And now women are mad even though they can now get the women that they've always wanted, the younger ones.
Theo for a second. Okay, we understand why he's able to attract these women and why he consistently dates very attractive women. He's rich, he's talented, he's powerful, he's attractive. So he kind of has this golden ticket here where he can probably attract most women. I would even really throw out there, he could probably attract over 90% of women, probably even married women if he really wanted to. I bet you, and I know that you agree with me here, that if any man had that power, meaning he was able to have not power over women, but the power to attract more women, who do you think he would go for? I would take a wild guess and say probably the most attractive women that he could possibly get.
Correct.
In this hypothetical case, he can get very attractive women. And who are the most physically attractive women?
The younger ones.
Who are the women who are maybe less jaded, more feminine, more exciting to be around? Probably women in their younger 20s to mid 20s. Now, I'm not saying that we, as men, are not attracted to women who are in their late 20s and 30s and 40s, but I'm just saying that these men who do have the ability to attract any woman they want, generally speaking, we know who they're going to go for. Just like a woman who might be in her high sexual market value, she's going to be going for the best kind of man she can get. And it's not going to be a guy who's 25, probably going to be a guy who's going to be over 30, rich, powerful, has status.
Yeah, and that's a good point. What does that say about these younger women who desire older men? Are you trying to say that they're weak-minded, they're manipulated, and all that fancy stuff? Like the man just said, women in their 20s, early to mid 20s, want the older men who are financially stable. So where do they stand in all this? If we're not allowed to pursue women younger than ourselves, or at the very least a decade younger than us, if we're 30 and they're in their 20s, what does that say about the younger women that want guys this age? And not only that, what about the older women that pursue younger men? Are they considered predators too? Absolutely not, because we will say anything to make women feel and look good, and will do anything to make men look and feel bad. So it's a fucked up ass double standard that we just have to learn how to deal with, plain and simple. All right.
Women have always been attracted to older men and vice versa. You can ask any women right now if they would want a younger man versus an older man. You know that generally speaking, most of them are going to say older men. But of course, whose fault is it? Who does the media blame when it comes to something like this? Men, at least in 2023. Until that changes, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yep, all we can do is hope at this point. We'll definitely find out what happens in the end. I'm not going to hold my breath. Honestly, I'm not going to hold my breath for it. Whatever happens, it just happens. Okay, now, God damn, there's nobody really up. But anyways, I'm going to open up the chat for a while. I'm going to post a link. Anybody that's still in the back interested in coming up here, sharing your thoughts and your opinions on what I've talked about so far about older women dating younger men, feel free to speak on it. Okay, give me a sec, guys. Okay, guys, the link is posted. So now we're gonna watch another video, and this video is basically, let's see, who's shout out to Insolent Audits, a video by Insolent Audits, and it's titled, let's see, Post-Wall Women Shame Men for Dating Younger Women, episode 92. I hate to see what the other episodes were like. But anyways, let's get into this and see what these women have to say. This ought to be a marvel. They're going to shame men because they want to date older. This says, do women lose power after 30? I'm going to say to some degree they do. They have some power, but not as much as they have when they were in their 20s. But anyways, let's continue.
Many women
fair use,
becoming educated and financially stable. When they finally achieve independence and look for men who've done the same, they realize many women spend their 20s becoming educated and financially stable. When they finally achieve independence and look for men who've done the same, they realize the men are not looking for powerful, independent women in their 30s.
Correction. We're not looking for powerful, independent women that wasted the best years of their lives chasing a career when they could have just found themselves a family while they were still young. No, we're not looking for that. We want someone old. We want someone younger and is still fertile.
They're actually looking for attractive younger women in their 20s that will make them feel powerful. And in Latin culture, multiply that times 3.
Oh, señorita, look at you. Go, girl! Or should I say the appropriate courtesy of señora? Wait a minute now. Did this señora just throw shade at Latin men? I thought women disliked when anyone throws a blanket term on an entire gender of one race or culture. Oh, that's right. Rules for thee and not for me. Señora, maybe it's a shock to you, but men who are successful are attracted to youth and beauty. Just because you decide to be a boss babe does not mean they're going to date you. Be happy.
Absolutely right. No man wants a woman that goes around here flaunting her education, flaunting her success. And honestly, we don't give a damn about your damn success. We don't care about that. That's not what we want. We don't care about a woman's success. We care about her. Is she fit, feminine, and friendly? It's good that you have those things because now you can basically be on my level as far as having something going for yourself and we can build something together, but that's not going to determine if you're going to be a good wife or not. Everybody knows, or at least they should know, that accomplishments don't determine whether a woman is going to be a good wife or not. It just doesn't work that way. I'm sorry to tell you, but it doesn't work that way. Let's continue. Fair use.
With your money and keep your money. Those men have options to date who they want. Senora, for as much shaming language that you want to use, men are not going to find your career attractive. Think of it this way. Some of those men see you the same way you see men you are not attracted to. The only difference is they have accepted it and moved on. While you think shaming them is actually going to do something. Moving on.
You are a woman between the ages of 19 and 24, and a man in his late 30s and above is pursuing you. You need to run.
Run from what? Be more specific, please.
You need to run immediately, expeditiously, as fast as you can, and you need to never look back. Because the reason he's pursuing you is because he's trying to manipulate you.
Okay, a secure man has no desires to manipulate a young woman. But okay, continue.
He's more than likely told you that you're mature for your age, when what he actually means is that you lack experience and you're naive in the world of dating, and you're easy to mold to what?
Easy to mold. I wouldn't say mold, more like easy to get along with and cooperate with.
He wants, because that is exactly what he will spend the entire relationship trying to do. He's also doing it because the women his age already know that he's that type of man when they first speak to him within the first conversation, and they don't deal with him.
Now, granted, are there men who manipulate young women? Yes, they are, but that's not the case all the time, as I said earlier. Everybody is not out here doing that, okay? And he doesn't want nobody his own age, because women his own, depending on his situation, a woman his own age can't give him what he wants. We want women that are not only fit, feminine, friendly, but are also fertile. If you're a 35, 36-year-old man, you know damn well women your age and older are not going to be fertile. Seriously, how can a 35, 36-year-old woman possibly give you kids? I mean, she can, but it's going to be a high-risk pregnancy. So you got to watch out for that. There's a good chance it's going to be one of those high-risk pregnancies, and you don't need that. You don't want that. And to sit up here and say he can't deal with women his own age, that's just far-fetched. For all you know, maybe he does talk to women his own age, but he prefers somebody younger because he wants a relationship. And let's be honest here. Most women in their 30s and 40s already got kids, which in turn means they've already been ran through. So who wants that? Seriously, I know plenty of females my age. I'm going to say 70% of them are single mothers. What the hell am I going to do at 39 years old with no kids with a woman that's already got kids? What am I going to do with that? When I can get somebody younger who probably doesn't already have kids, and I could just deal with her. And as I said earlier, younger isn't always better. What part don't you understand, lady? Just because she's younger doesn't mean she's going to be a better fit than these older women out here. Older women, age does not always equate to wisdom, you know. And these young ones can be just as ignorant. The older ones can be just as ignorant. So you got to consider those aspects. But let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
So he's found a young girl with little to no dating experience to convince that what's going on in the relationship, that's not okay.
I'm sorry there, but I failed to make the connection where she said, mature for your age. He means you like experience in the world of dating. I'm not saying she doesn't believe that connection. What I will say is the ones who love to speak in code are women mostly. Men will 9 times out of 10 say exactly what they mean. You ladies can continue to think men speak womanese coding, but I promise you that is overthinking it. Another thing about a mature man molding a younger woman, that could be just an interpretation of him giving advice since he is more experienced and younger women are drawn to experience, isn't it?
And that's true. But you know how our world is. We can't tell women anything. Any attempt to tell a woman this, that, and the third for her own sake is considered misogyny. Let them be free. And need I remind you, sometimes even these young women can be stubborn. Even females in their 20s can be stubborn and impulsive. Trust me, I've seen them. I've hooked up with one in the past. A woman, I had a chick that was 8 years younger than myself. You couldn't tell her a goddamn thing. She was just impulsive as I don't know what. Yeah, she was younger, but she was the true definition of a modern woman in her early 20s. She's in her 30s now, but hey, when she was younger, she was just a mess. So yeah, again, stop equating age to quality, okay? Or quality to age, okay? Let's continue.
Isn't it funny how women find molding their relationship partner as something negative when it's done to them? While 90% plus of all women try to do exactly that with the men in their relationships and label it supporting him. Dang fam, right in the feels. Mature men don't date women their age for several reasons. To
Explain.
Kareem's point, many women in his age are set in their ways. Some can be considered jaded, and those men just don't want to date them. Notice how negativity is applied.
Exactly. You know what they say, the older we get, the more stuck in our ways we get. So it's a common fact that they don't want to do with women their own age, because you can't tell them shit. And like I said, ignorance knows no age. These ignorant 40-something-year-olds think they know it all. Well, they don't know a goddamn thing. At least with a 20-something-year-old, there's a good chance you can tell her something. Tell her something, if not everything. Let's continue. Fair use.
To men who date younger women. If it was older women dating younger men, would that be called empowering?
Okay. He will spend the entire relationship convincing you that if you can't withstand what he's putting you through, you can't make it with a man your age. And then you will spend the entire relationship trying to prove to him that you actually are mature for your age, like he told you. It's going to create a complex, and you're going to blame every single problem in the relationship on yourself. He is not going to take responsibility for those problems. He's not going to take responsibility for those problems. He's going to put the onus on you because he's the older man with the dating experience. You're the young girl that doesn't have the dating experience. You need to learn and catch up to him. That's exactly what he's going to spend the entire relationship trying to convince you. And I swear to God that this is real and this is true. It has happened to me. It's happened to many women I know. It's happened to many women you know. It's happened to many women you don't know.
Okay, my sympathy is that this kind of stuff has happened to you in the past, because yes, there are some manipulative, crappy men out there, but everybody is not out here doing this. Your experience will be valid enough, but come on, you know damn well every man ain't out there doing that, okay? Some of them may have legit intentions. And like I said, what does that say about the young 19 to 24-year-olds who are attracted to these type of men? Well, let's continue.
You're going to spend the entire relationship believing that every single conflict, every single fight, every single argument is your fault. You're going to believe it's your fault because you're not living up to being mature for your age. He's going to call you a little girl when you're upset. He's going to say you're being dramatic. He's going to say relationships are like this, and if you can't handle it, he's going to tell you relationships are hard work. Guess what? They're not hard work.
Oh, yes, they are. I don't know who told you that bold-faced lie, but they are hard work.
When you're with someone that you're supposed to be with. When you're going to want to leave him, he's going to say, well, you're giving up. How do you expect to be in a successful relationship if you just give up that easily?
You know, that sounds like a woman that doesn't want to be told anything because she was fed a bunch of lies about how she could be independent. She don't need a man for this, that, and the third. So if she's dealing with a man that's legit trying to help her, guess what? She's going to be a lost cause. And that's exactly what that sounds like. A woman you just can't tell anything to, basically.
Telling you guys right now, do not be with these men. If they can't be with a woman their age, they damn sure do not need to be with a woman your age.
Now, for the record, like I said, I prefer women my own damn age anyway. So, but if I could date somebody younger who has all the good qualities, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna date down.
If you can't stand what he's putting you through, line, let me help you out there. That would be his vetting process. A more mature man probably has a higher SMV, and he knows it. He's simply saying, this is the way I am. If you don't like it, you can leave. Ladies, can you explain what exactly is wrong with that? Not one thing so far has been either abusive or mandated. It sounds like it's complaints because, like every other relationship, it's hard work. And for some reason, that's wrong for him to expect you to do your part of that work. Cry me a river. Yeah, queen, catch up. In other words, he isn't going to put up with immature behavior. Again, I fail to hear any form of abuse. I know this has a lot to do with maturity since she said he isn't going to take responsibility for the created complex because he doesn't see a complex. It's all in her view of things. Just say dating a mature man is fun, but it is still a relationship that you have to put in the work. Why do young women date older men anyway? Does that have anything to do with guys my age are immature? Another thing, ladies, if you share the mentality this woman has of relationships are not hard work when you are with someone you are supposed to be with, then all I can say is you're keeping wineries and pet stores in business for a long time. But don't listen to me, ladies.
Not to mention liquor stores selling hella wine.
Do I know? Relationships are as easy as Disney films. And just like those fairy tale films, they end. Moving on.
Men want to marry young girls in their early 20s because they're easy to control and manipulate. When I was 22, all I cared about is love, and I didn't care if that meant I had to live in a shack and be a provider. This is what I looked like when I was 22. I was broke as and I had no money under my name. Now I'm 28, I'm financially independent. I got 3 raises so far at work. I'm a homeowner. I have amazing family and friends. And obviously my standards have changed so much since I was 20. Like, you really have to add value to my life for me to even consider.
You say your standards have changed so much since you were in your 20s. What do you mean by that exactly? You mean have they gotten increasingly unrealistic since you were in your early 20s? Have you become more entitled since you got that new job? Is that what's going on here? Please explain.
Consider talking to you. And before you call me a gold digger or that I'll expire soon, okay, millionaires have approached me, but I turned them down after one conversation because while they may be rich in money, they're basically broke spiritually, emotionally, and they don't know how to treat people, especially women, with respect.
Well, good to know.
So don't believe when any man or woman tells you that you're going to expire or your worth is going to go down as you age, because the more you work on you, the more your value goes up. And Megan.
Okay, you need to understand something, that a man's worth is not the same thing as a woman's worth. A man's worth comes from his ability to be a leader, his masculinity, his characteristics, and his his financial stability. That's how we men are valued in society. You're a woman, you're valued for your youth, beauty, fitness, and femininity. You're not valued for your success, you're not valued for your education, and you're not valued for how much money you make. So I don't see why you think putting more emphasis on such things is going to increase your value. It's not. You know how many women tell stories about how they worked on their careers, did this, that, and the third, and now they're miserable because no man wants to take them seriously? It's a real crapshoot out there, I tell you. So no, stop fooling yourself with this narrative. Let's continue. Fair use.
Marco married at 36.
I rarely do this, but I am throwing a red flag on her opening statement.
Yeah.
Men want to marry young girls in their early 20s because they are easy to control.
Exactly. Thank you.
That phrase right there is manipulation on her part. What I mean by that is her language of referring to young women as girls. Sorry, Queen, but I speak womanese, and I recognize clearly when manipulation and degradation speak is thrown on the play. Nah, fam, we are talking about women, not little ones. Also, this queen is conflating her career with her SMV. Your job does not give you an increase in attraction in men's eyes. If millionaires actually approached her for a relationship, I doubt that her income was the primary factor. Also, the shaming language she uses in her title there doesn't really do much other than make men think it was biased on purpose. I mean, queen, you're flashing a title that says, men want to marry young girls. Yuck. That really should have been phrased much better. Queen, do you understand what the age range of young girls actually is? But hey, that wasn't me. I'm sure this self-made boss babe homeowner had no idea what that title literally meant. I guess boss babes get a pass on that. I'm just saying, if you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.
Wow, that's just crazy. So yeah, women are shaming men because they want someone younger. And like I said earlier, you can talk about how women in their 20s can be naive and easy to control. But guess what? You'd be amazed how many 20-something-year-olds out there are just as stubborn as these older women out here. You'd be amazed how stubborn they are. Welcome back, Killer Swag. Like I said, you'd be amazed how stubborn some of them can be, how entitled some of them can be. You can't associate age with quality, as I had said earlier. And yeah, I get it, Swag. That was just utterly ridiculous. This woman talking about, yeah, her standards have changed since she was in her 20s, yada, yada, yada. So in other words, you become entitled. In other words, you have increased your standards beyond anyone's comprehension and beyond any man's ability to reach it. If that's what's going on, you're heading for a fall. Big time. Because honestly, nobody wants that. Oh, God damn these. Okay. Like I said, the link is in the description. Feel free to come up and speak your piece on this. What are your thoughts on older men wanting younger women? No, Swag, I'm not done for now. I told you I had to cut the stream a little short because I have family coming in. I had to go speak with them for a little bit. The stream is still going to go on. I just had to cut it short. The first half is already on my page. Now here's the other half. And again, I'm not sure you was in the first portion, well, the first few minutes of the first one, but I said I may have to cut the stream a little short because I got family over here. I mean, they're gone now, so I can continue to stream uninterrupted if that's okay with you, my guy. But anyways, that was just something else. And I've all and so fellas, if you're gonna date younger or older, you have to vet nonetheless, because again, age does not always equate to quality. You can't associate age with quality. You have to still get to know the person. You still have to see what they're about. And I don't see the point in older women competing with these younger women. I don't get that. Just accept the fact that you've aged, especially if you age like fine wine. Because believe me, I've seen women in their 30s, their 40s, damn, they're knocking on 50, still look good as hell. And a part of me would still tap that ass and smash first chance I get. Believe me, I would. I've seen plenty of 40-year-olds that look good as hell, and they still got it like that. Now, are they marriage minded? Well, who knows? Depending on this situation. Some of them been divorced. Some of them already got kids. And again, for if you're like me and you're over 30 with no kids, I'm afraid a single mother is just not going to cut it. And that's the main problem. Most women our age in their 30s and 40s are single mothers, and we don't want that. You got women in their 20s who are single mothers too, So it's still an even trade. You still got to vet properly. But that's just my take on younger men wanting older women. I'm sorry, older men wanting younger women. That's my take on that. Now let's move on to our next topic. Again, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe if you want to. And here's my next topic of the day: when simping goes wrong. Now, to headline this topic, we all know the story of Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's wife was caught cheating on him with his chef and his bodyguard. Now, I can't remember the woman's name at the time. God damn this shit. Hold on. Okay. Now, I can't remember his wife. Her name was Majari Harvey or something like that. If y'all can help me out with her name. Majari Harvey or whatever her name was. Yeah. She cheated on this man for his bodyguard and his chef. And you know what? I'm not the slightest bit surprised. I mean, this is a woman who's clearly for the streets. Even his own daughter tried to tell him not to get with this woman, not to marry her, but he did it anyway. He did it anyway. Why? And she had a boyfriend who did time in jail. Seriously? And you're going to get this man out of jail for what? I don't freaking know. It's just messed up. No way. Anyways, let's get into this. Okay. Looks like we got somebody in the chat. Okay. What's up, Killer Swag? Get that bag. Don't care about no price tags. What's the deal, my brother?
Yo, what's up, man?
Yeah. Okay, so what you think about what's your 2 cents on older men wanting younger women?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that older men are like seeking younger women. I think it's more like the other way around, like in my opinion, because you got a lot of young girls that be looking at older dudes kind of like a father figure. Plus, I be seeing them all the time talk about, oh my God, I just love them because they're so sophisticated, they're so stable, they're not like these young guys that's out here today. So, I mean, a lot of young girls they love older guys. Like, and I can speak from experience because even though I'm like a 30 something year old guy, I be having chicks that's like in their early 20s trying to holler at me, even 18. I'm like this. Like if you're over the age of 18, I'll talk to you. But it's not something that I'm not seeking no girl that's like 18 to 20 in the early 20s and shit like that. So yeah.
Right.
But yeah, that's just how it is, man. Like, and as far as like the older dudes going for these younger girls, I mean, honestly, Older men are just they just don't want to try to help girls or women their own age because it's like you said already, most of those women that's in our age bracket, they're already stuck in their ways. At least chicks in their 20s and mid 20s, at least they have room to listen to you and they have room to like really value what you're saying. But a chick that's like already like in her mid to late 30s or even their early 30s at this point, it's like nah, they just looking at you like I've been doing it for this long. Why should I even pay you any mind?
Yeah, that's a good point. And you know what? It kind of blows me how they will say that these younger women are easy to manipulate, easy to get over on, and stuff like that. Need I remind you, you're throwing shade at these younger women too? You're throwing shades. I got a 21-year-old goddaughter. You're not finna call my goddaughter gullible and easy to manipulate. Nuh-uh. That's my best friend's daughter you're talking about. You're not finna go in on her like that. And as I mentioned earlier, even these young females can be stubborn as mules, and you can't tell them anything. I'm talking 21, 22, 23. I've seen them from my own experience. You can't tell them anything. Damn near as worse as the older ones, but that's just my crazy experience.
I mean, what's up? But let's just be honest, man. Like a lot of these older women, they view these younger women as competition because a lot of those women, they look at what they used to be and they can never grasp that ever again. So they try to hinder the people that come behind them to deter them to like really, really understand their value in this world. Because let's just be for real. Like, even when it comes to like younger women, because it's like it's always been said, men, when we get to a certain age, whether if it's in our early 30s, 40s, or whatever, our value increases. But a woman's prime is like somewhere like in the late teens, early 20s, and stuff like that. And a lot of those older women, they know that. And then when they see that a lot of the younger girls are getting swooped up by guys in their age bracket, they're just like, oh no, we got to shut that down ASAP because we can't have somebody come in and take what's supposed to be ours. But it's like at the same time, like younger girls, they're more fertile. And I mean, and I'm not saying that every single one is, but it's more of them than is not.
Yeah, that's a good point. And as I said in the other half of my stream, the only thing that younger women have on older women is fertility. They can give us kids, but the question is, are they worthy of kids? Because I say whether you're older or younger, you still gotta, whether you're dating older or younger, you still gotta vet. You still have to vet them. Older isn't better, younger isn't better. That's just the way that goes.
I mean, that is a fact though. Like it doesn't really matter what age bracket you choose from. It just depends on the person you end up choosing, which in turn goes along with the vetting process. Like you really have to really scout these people out to make sure that they can really fit with your lifestyle at the end of the day. But the reason why a lot of these younger girls get chosen, even if they're like unruly or stuff like that, and I'm not making no excuse because I ain't dealing with nobody that's unruly, but with a young girl, that like I said, they'll at least listen to you because they looking at you as like you've been there before, you have some type of experience with this type of stuff. So they're more open. Now I'm not gonna say that they're gonna listen to you 100%, but they're more open to at least listening to you. But a chick that has actually walked that same trail as you as far as the age goes, no, they not paying no attention to you at all.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is a good point. So yeah, you still have to. So yeah, you still have to vet them. They always say age ain't nothing but a number. Now, granted, if you 50 something years old dating an 18-year-old, okay, that's a bit out of sort. I ain't gonna lie. That
Yeah,
is a bit
yeah,
weird.
yeah. That's disgusting.
I mean, she could be your daughter for all we know. Come on, now that ain't cool.
Shoot, at this point, that could be your granddaughter with the way things are going nowadays.
Yeah,
But yeah, if I was ever in my 50s and the 18-year-old girl talking about she would, I'm like, nah, I'm sorry, but I can't mess with you. Like, nah, I'm good. It's not that I don't think you a cool person, because you probably cool as whatever, but it's like, nah, man, it's just that much of an age gap. It's like, I wouldn't feel right doing that.
Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second.
Hmm. Yeah, man. Like, shoot. So whoever's watching, how y'all feeling down there in the chat right now, man? What y'all doing on this Friday evening, man? Like, what's going on with y'all? Got to make sure we ain't got no dead air around here, you know. We ain't got no dead air. Let me just turn that down. All right, I see my homie Stoic in the building. What's going on with you, homeboy? And then I see myself in the chat. Oh Lord Jesus! Like,
Okay, I'm back.
mhm.
But yeah, that's crazy. And it's
Yeah,
crazy
it
the
is.
shame that we have to endure.
Well, like I said, I don't live by other people's rules, so I don't get shamed by stuff like that.
I mean, I don't either, but every time I hear it, it's just annoying as all hell.
I mean, I
But
understand it, you know what I'm saying, because it do get irritating just listening to somebody constantly say it. But since I'm the type of person that I am, I just don't give a crap. Like, because everybody's gonna have their opinions of you no matter what you do. You date a girl that's in your age range, they're gonna find something wrong with her, or they're gonna find something wrong with you. So if you find a girl that's younger than you, oh, you need to start dating girls your own age. You do this, you do that. It's like you can't win for loser. That's why I just don't really give a crap what people got to say. So you're not gonna make everybody happy. So that's why I say do what makes you happy at the end of the day. So if you're the type of person that likes messing with younger girls, as long as she's of the age of 18 and up, like by all means, do what you gotta do. But if you like in your 50, though, no, you gotta leave that one alone. Like don't even try that one. But if you like in your 30s, or even to the latest extent, like your 40s, like okay, even though 40s is kind of a stretch, but you can get away with that. But once you're in your 50s, leave them 18 and up alone, man. Just go after a girl that's like maybe in her 30s and 35 or something like that. But
yep, I was just about to say that too. How the hell you 50 years old dealing with a 20, 18, 19, 20-year-old? That's just weird. If I
yeah,
if I'm
yeah,
when I
that's
turn
crazy.
50, my age gap gonna be 30, and I'm gonna say 30 and up. 30 through
Hmm.
40. Wow, that would be a bit much.
Yeah,
Yeah, I appreciate your take on it.
no
And
doubt.
yeah, thanks a lot. Now for my second topic, when you see it right there, it's called when simping goes wrong. And to headline this, let's get into that Steve Harvey situation. We know what happened with Steve Harvey. You talked about this on your own show. His
Yeah, I
wife,
did.
her name is, what's her name? I can't
Uh,
pronounce Marjorie, whatever her name is.
Marjorie.
Marjorie Harvey cheated on him with either his cook or his bodyguard or whatever the case may be. And
Well,
now he's catching.
right now it's allegedly because it's not necessarily confirmed just yet. So we just gonna go with allegedly.
Okay. Well, we can speculate it. But
Hmm.
here's a video talking about this. Now let's watch this and I'll give my 2 cents on it. Fair
Hmm.
use, fair use, fair use, fair use.
Marjorie Harvey is having an affair with Stevie's longtime bodyguard, William Big Boom Freeman.
If Steve Harvey couldn't avoid it, it means that there is no hope for the average man.
He has 100 married women. Some days I'd be willing to trade my man for a really good what?
Oh boy.
What?
Wow,
Did you just say poor boy?
that was the first answer she chose too.
And it's funny. I saw this episode for real when it was on TV. I forget what year. Oh my god.
Mm.
I think me and my mom were both watching it that day, and she was like, "The pool boy, really?"
Yeah, and shoot, you probably didn't think nothing of it until all of this came out recently.
Yeah. The pool boy of all people.
Wow. Well, I mean, she
Oh my.
allegedly did get it in with the pool boy, so maybe she speaking from experience.
Wow. This is ridiculous. Okay, let's continue. Fair use.
Uh,
But what come out your mouth is what's gonna come back to you. It's the law of attraction.
This, if you fucking a pool boy and texting and having work husbands like that, I'm telling you, these women are for everybody. Steve Harvey's wife, that's not his wife. Marjorie is our wife too.
Marjorie Harvey is
Like the old saying goes, she ain't yours, it's just your turn, right?
pretty much. That's the lingo.
Yeah. Future would say she belongs to the streets.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she belongs to the streets.
All right, let's continue. Fair use. Oh, by the way, say hi to your girl Melanie for me. I wish she could come up here, but it is what it is.
Oh, she probably doing some stuff because she told me that she had some errands to run today. So yeah, I'll let her know.
Yeah, cool. All right, fair use.
having an affair with Stevie's longtime bodyguard, William Big Boom Freeman.
Yes. What morning? It was just so many. Darnell. It was so many men. Like I'm just like, damn, Marjorie.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So I love my man, but what you mean, but?
Now we will dive deep on those videos so we can have a better understand of today's content.
This.
I love the Funables are made with real fruit puree.
Damn these ads. Give me a second.
Mm.
This, if you fucking a pool boy and texting and having work husbands like that, I'm telling you, these women are for everybody. Steve Harvey's wife, that's not his wife. Marjorie is our wife too. Marjorie Harvey is my wife too. Well, I ain't got enough money to get her, but you guys get what I'm saying. 99.999% of women are just like Marjorie Harvey. Sneaky,
and it's a sad reality, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Deceptive and fucking scandalous. Why? Because women are only loyal to themselves. Women are only loyal to their feelings. Women don't care about no relationship. They don't give a fuck about no marriage. If their feelings tell them to fuck somebody else, guess what they gonna do? That, exactly.
Well, lucky for us, all women ain't like that, you know. We're talking about the average modern day woman, not the traditional minded woman. For all of y'all out there thinking we talking about all women. Get out your damn feelings. We're talking about the modern woman, not the traditional women, okay? If it doesn't apply, then don't worry about it. Had to get that out. But continue.
Yeah.
For your use.
She does not belong to you, it's just your turn. Suffering is a result of wrong thinking, and if you think a woman belongs to you, guess what? You're gonna suffer.
Nobody was expecting this, as they always gave that image of a happy couple.
I did. Speak for yourself, buddy. Oh, man. All right, let's continue.
This is the main reason men should have the right mindset when starting a relationship with any woman. Doesn't matter how good or loyal she seems to be, it is very important to keep in mind that this is a possibility. Men must understand that any woman can cheat. We have lots of guys who believe that their woman is this princess who would never do something like this, but in the end, those women are the ones doing it. Therefore, we must mainly focus on ourselves, not put too much energy on our woman, and not make her the center of our happiness. It will help us in case something like this happens in our relationship. Let's check some comments of this video. Steve deserves this for encouraging unruly behaviors.
I agree. He does deserve this. I mean, think about that. This is the same guy that said women don't bring anything to the table except their box and their ability to give children. Well, he got a chick that brought nothing to the table but chaos, anarchy, and the ability to bring children to the world. And look what he got out of it: the chaos and the anarchy part.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God. Well, this is what happens when simping goes wrong. Let's continue.
Letting a pimp guard your wife is like letting Fleece Johnson guard your son. Won't end well.
Right. Letting a pimp guard your wife, like letting a Fleece Johnson guard your son. That's That's like asking. That's like letting a coyote guard a chicken coop. You know something gonna go down. It's gonna be chaos. I'm sorry, Sway. You say something? Go ahead.
I didn't say a thing, bro. I'm just listening to all of this.
Okay, continue.
Couldn't have happened to a more deserving man.
Yep.
Hey, Steve. What a woman is supposed to bring to the table is loyalty, looks, femininity, cooperation, and a low body count if she wants to qualify as a wife. I guess you missed that part.
You're damn right he missed that part. Thank you.
She took Steve's advice and was thinking like a man. If she
maybe should think like a woman for a change.
Damn, have babies for two cousins.
So what?
They going in on boy.
Oh yeah.
She can most definitely cheat on Steve. If Steve was broke, Marjorie would not have looked in his direction, and he knows this. And he can't afford another divorce, so he just has to take this L. All this disrespect just for a pretty face.
I think what happened to me and Marjorie was we got together at a point in our life where we had both failed at this misery, and it just wasn't. Failure wasn't an option anymore.
A family man, as what many know him as on television. But recently, his world was shaken by some revelations about his own wife. Today, we are digging deeper on Steve Harvey's family life as he is getting dragged along with the controversies that his wife, Marjorie, is involved in. Get yourself comfortable, because behind those smiles, jokes, and banters that Steve himself throws around is the possibility of his family breaking apart once more, and that is what we...
Now, granted, Marjorie is not a bad-looking woman at her age. Honestly, she look good for her age. What you think, Swag?
Oh yeah, she's very beautiful for her age.
I mean, she gotta be at least in her 50s. I'm guessing in her 50s.
I would imagine so. I mean, you know, she gotta be somewhere in her 50s, either early 50s or maybe I would even go to, if the lowest would be maybe late 40s, maybe 48, 49 or something like that. But no, she gotta be in like the 40 to 50 range.
Yep. That's kind of what I was thinking. I ain't gonna lie, she look good for her age. I probably will. If given different circumstances, I probably will get with her. just for the thrills. Just for the thrills and the chills. Oh, because she's definitely over the hill.
Trying to get you a cougar.
I've had cougar. By the way, what makes somebody a cougar? 10-year age difference or what?
Shoot, something like that.
I was 26 dealing with 33, 34-year-olds. Does that count as a cougar?
I would say cougar, man. She got to be somewhere up there, like in like the 40s or something like that, man.
Okay, well, I wasn't dating that old at 26, 27.
Right.
Because to a 40-year-old, I'm almost old enough to be her son.
Ooh, sheesh.
They probably got sons my age, so that's probably why they would look out of sort.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's continue. Fair use.
We are going to talk about. Many people do not really know Steve Harvey's family situation. I mean, the man is undeniably very popular at what he does, but many people still find it surprising whenever they hear stories about his personal life, especially the part where it concerns his family. And even though his wife is often displaying that picture-perfect life that they have online, she was recently exposed, and things are not looking good. Marjorie Harvey is now in the spotlight because of the book that her ex-husband wrote. There were some details talking about her which is causing family conflict. Oh, you know, there is no such thing as a perfect family, and if you've been following Steve's life, you would know that they have a very interesting blended family. Many people thought that keeping together that kind of relationship is impossible without any drama. That is very correct, because even if Steve looks like a man who brings the fun on whatever occasion, it was still hard for him to build an equally good relationship with all of his children. And oh boy, this book that I have mentioned sparked rumors that Marjorie is not as faithful as she seems.
And she never tried to stop you from putting this out.
Sorry for disturbing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It will motivate me to work and post daily videos for, then we watch the last part of it. This woman just doesn't care about anyone but herself. To go out here and have a child with your ex-husband's cousin, this woman is dangerous.
Oh, wait, hold on. Had a child with her ex-husband's cousin? While he was locked up?
I didn't hear about that.
I didn't hear about that either. Like, damn. So she married the guy that was locked up, I guess, And I guess while he was locked up, had a child by his cousin. Damn.
That's crazy.
Oh my God. All right, fair use.
Steve has made a big mistake marrying this woman and then allowing her offspring to bear his name. Lord, this is not good.
You're damn right it's not.
What a big mess. No matter how much riches you have, it can't buy you peace, true love, and happiness.
I could have told you that.
What do we expect from a woman who dated questionable gangster men?
Yeah, like them bad boy types. Once you go bad, there's no coming back, right?
No.
Good girl go bad, she gone for good, right? If she ever was a good girl to begin with.
That's what they say.
All right, fair use.
And this is the guy out here giving relationship advice.
Exactly, he don't know shit. He worse than Derrick Jackson.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Amazing. Steve, you know exactly what to do. Real love lasts forever.
This one didn't.
It's Steve and Marjorie's business. I'm sure they know about each other's checkered past. They are fast-living people. Marjorie was always after that bag, and she finally found a solid, rich life with Steve.
Oh, yeah.
I find this so hard to believe because Marjorie portrays herself as a virtuous woman. I always found her half-naked dressing not godly, but I thought that she was just going through a phase.
Yeah, you know what that phase is called? A whole phase. You would think she was too old for that. You would think she was too old for that mess, but hey, I guess some things you're never too old for. I don't know, I don't know if this is one of them or not.
Oh my God.
I mean, you look as good as Marjorie. I guess you're never too old for that phase, right?
not really.
Man, oh man.
I mean, the way she keep her body up and doing all this stuff. I mean, you know, a lot of people go still be wanting to try to get a ride on that, man. You know.
Yep, that's true. I mean, I probably smashing myself under different circumstances, but you know.
Oh boy.
You see, they look so in love and they are sweet all the time. With all those public displays of affection towards each other, all the happy snippets of their lives on social media, no one would suspect that there was something wrong with their marriage. But lo and behold, things could not be as perfect all the time because there are rumors flanking around that Marjorie Harvey is having an affair with Stevie's longtime bodyguard, William Big Boom Freeman. Freeman is a problematic man, to say the least, having admitted that he mistreats women. Dude, that is something that you should not be proud of, you know. Because of this conversation, people are becoming very doubtful of Marjorie's image. Many are saying that she loves to hide her true self behind those fashionable get-ups and luxurious taste to make herself look decent and elegant. But the truth is that she is having an affair even though she already has a life that others were dying to have. Surely Marjorie and Freeman have a lot of interactions, considering his relationship with Steve Harvey.
This is why men who are millionaires shouldn't ever get married. Because the women know they have secured a huge bag for life if they ever divorce.
Or at the very least, don't marry no average looking chick. Get a chick that's damn near on your level financially. A sub-millionaire, mind you.
Damn.
I mean, look at PJ Washington getting with Brittany Renner, little goof ass. Look how that turned out. She was just a basic Instagram thought, and look what she did with PJ Washington.
Yeah. Crazy thing is, though, he's still out here winning, even though he hit that little snafu with her ass.
Oh, yeah. Now, granted, I can't give PJ Washington a full pass because he did have a key about her. I mean, if you can smash who you want to smash, but damn it, I always say no erections without protection. So if you're gonna get it in, wrap it up first. He didn't follow that rule, and look what happened. He just as responsible as she is.
Yeah, but then at the same time, he had nobody in his ear to tell him that either. So you gotta have a good structure around you, man. You can't just be doing all that type of stuff, man. That's his homies. His homies and his families, they ain't preparing for that type of life.
Yeah, but still. You don't take half a brain to know you can't go around and have unprotected sex, knowing there are consequences behind that.
Yeah, but then again, she could have lied to the little dude talking about she was on birth control.
I've heard that before, which is why I don't trust birth control. Hell, I bring my own contraceptives.
Yeah, but when most dudes and even guys that's not in the position of a PJ Washington, once they hear that the chick is on birth control, they like, oh shoot, I can go ahead and shoot the club up and I ain't gotta worry about nothing. Then the next thing you know, in about a couple weeks or a few weeks, you'll get that phone call talking about I'm late.
Late.
You know what they say when they on their period, bro.
Oh, I don't know about. Oh, of
Yeah,
course. That.
yeah. When they say that they're late, you know that something is brewing in that stomach.
Okay, that's my first time hearing that, but I saw where it was going.
Yeah.
Like I would know anything about that. Okay, back to the video. Fair use, fair use.
She was only with him for the money, and we know that she is set for life if they divorce. At this point, she doesn't need him anymore. Now, she can go and find a guy that she really wants to be with and still get paid for life from Steve. This is the plan of many women. They go into the relationship with a plan already in place, stay for a few years to secure the bag, and then divorce the man. Men are the ones who go into marriage with true love. She didn't work for any of that money, therefore, marriage is like signing a bad business contract for life. Let's read more comments of this video. The bodyguard was keeping her body safe, and the chef was giving her meat that Steve couldn't.
Oh man.
No, that's wrong.
No, they didn't say that, bro.
Bodyguard was keeping her body safe, and the chef gave her the meat. I wonder was it well done or medium rare?
Oh man. Well, I would hope she'll be talking about she want the meat well done so that she can do whatever she want with it.
My God, that's crazy. Let's look at some more of this.
Oh man.
Fair use.
Who cares about someone's past? You live and learn. That's what really matters, seriously. Period.
Right.
I guess we now know where Lori gets it from.
She get it from my mama. Juvenile said it best. She get it from my mama.
Sheesh.
Steve ain't never leaving Marjorie regardless of what she does. Who she sleeps with, he doesn't care about her past. She is about that cheddar, and Steve is okay with that. He will just pick up another job, commercial or whatever he needs, to keep her happy. It's about the optics for him. Steve will do whatever it takes to hold on to Marjorie. She is a beautiful woman, and Steve has come too far to give up now. He's riding or dying all the way with Marjorie.
He gonna be down alone at this rate, shit.
No, he gonna make sure that he go out with her. The only difference is she gonna be left with all of his money.
Oh man. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But,
like if she don't divorce him, by the time he ends up croaking, she go get all that. But either way, she getting his money. Don't matter how she get it.
oh man. And I would be surprised if she did have his will in her name as well as the kids.
Shoot, the way he talk about her in these interviews and stuff like that, oh, you know, the first thing he did was went to his will and put her name on that thing with the quickness.
Yep, I wouldn't be surprised. And this is the same guy trying to give relationship advice. Dog, your wife is cheating on you for not one but two men, and you trying to give relationship advice? Damn. How about you go red pill? Shit.
Yeah, but see, if he goes for that red pill, I can see him like really going hard on that red pill rage though. So I don't know if he's ready for that yet.
Yeah, probably not. Because, you know, the red pill kind of lost its luster over time. You always going to have the knuckleheads out there that's going to, you know, abuse it and take advantage of it. So you got to watch out for that.
Pretty much.
Anyway, fair use. Oh, this is the last few seconds of it. Let's see what else they said.
Link to the original video is in the description. Have a look at it. She has done a great job putting this together. Her channel is Scoop of Gossip. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, subscribe.
Scoop of Gossip.
Oh, that's the rest. Oh, that was the end of it. My, oh my. What you thought about that, Swag? Well, you spoke on your last show. So anything else you want to say about that crazy situation?
Man, that whole situation is a straight up mess. Like I said, as we all know right now, it's just, allegedly, so it hasn't really been confirmed or anything like that. So you always gotta slap that in front of there first. But if that did really happen to him, it's to me, it's like you got what you got coming to you at this point, because you made a career basically by dogging men and constantly telling dudes, we shouldn't be asking women what do they bring to the table and stuff like that. Like, she is the table, she is this, she is that. And it's like, no, man, because at the end of the day, this is what a lot of these quote unquote relationship gurus don't understand. When you're getting into a relationship, yes, it is about making the woman happy in a relationship, but it's also about making the man happy in a relationship too. You can't just, there's two to tango in this. You can't just forget about one and then expect to prop the other one up. Like, it just doesn't work that way. Because I always heard throughout my life, especially as an adult, they always use this stupid saying, happy wife, happy life. Now, even in my early 20s, I never got down with that. I never rock with that. Even though it was a bunch of older people that was trying to mentor me, always used to say that crap. And I was like, man, I don't think I agree with that. But then the older I got, I started realizing, no, man, it's supposed to be happy, happy spouse, happy house. Like, because because the woman can be happy all day long, but what do you think a man's going to do when he's not happy? You think he's just going to continue to sit there and take it? You think you're just gonna continue to just be, her doormat to walk on? No, he eventually is gonna go out and he's gonna find his happiness, even if it's not with his wife. So that's why I tell any woman, like, you got to make him happy just as much as he has to make you happy. Like, that's one thing is supposed to be 50-50, is y'all both supposed to be happy in a relationship. And I hear a lot of people say marriage ain't about happiness. Then what the hell are you married for? Why are you married to this person if you're not happy with them?
I know why. Because to them, marriage is just a formality, something that they have to do before they reach a certain age. I mean, seriously, who wants to be alone and by themselves for the rest of their lives? I get that, but you're going to do something for all the wrong reasons. I say you shouldn't do it, period. And happiness should be the main goal when it comes to marriage.
Hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, fam, like, nobody wants to be alone. Like, nobody, whether they're watching this or wherever they're at, nobody wants to be by themselves for the majority of their life. That's just a fact. But at the end of the day, you're not never supposed to settle either. Like, you don't just settle for somebody just because you don't want to be lonely. Because shoot, you could be with somebody and still be miserable. I'd rather be miserable by myself, because at least with that, I can always do things to make myself happy. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm with somebody and they're making me even more miserable, then it's like, what are you here for? Like, please leave me alone.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's just what it is. And in Steve's case, like, the dude already had failed marriages in the past, and like, he really wanted to be with her from the jump street, because I remember seeing the interview he did with Shannon Sharp. Basically said that he was with Marjorie before, but he had to leave because at that time he was homeless. So he felt like he couldn't do anything. He couldn't bring nothing to the table. He didn't have no type of money or nothing like that. Even though he did say he was working, but he still didn't have a home to live in. He didn't have a place to stay. So he talked about how he was based in an abandoned house, got a box, and he was just laying down in it and stuff like that. But then I guess once she found out that dude was successful with all the comedy tours and then doing these other shows and stuff like that, you know he basically made her the reason why he is so successful today. And that is the worst thing that you can do as a man, is make a woman the reason why you're successful. You're supposed to want to be successful for you. That way, if the woman does end up leaving, you can always regain that success without her, because you already did it without her before she even came into your life or came back into your life. But if you're attributed to her being in your life as your success, once she leaves, you're going to be devastated, because then you're not going to know what to do after she's gone.
Yeah, that's a true fact. I mean, I understand you want your wife to be happy, but you can't make her the centerpiece of the marriage, you know.
Hell
And like you
no.
said, happy spouse, happy house. Ain't no, but instead it's happy wife, happy life, you know. As long as
Yeah,
she's happy. Nonsense.
I don't rock with that. Never did.
Well, okay, we at the 1 hour mark. At the other part, that's like a damn near 2 hours. Well,
Pretty
Swag,
much.
what are your final thoughts on this whole thing? We talked about, well, this was simping gone wrong. We talked about older men wanting younger women. What are your thoughts overall?
Well, my final thoughts on this whole situation is like, as far as the older men going for younger women goes, like I said, as long as she's of the age of 18 and up, I say go for it when you're like a 30 to 40 something year old man. 50-year-old man, leave that alone, bro. That's like your daughter. You stepping into granddaughter territory. Like, you might want to leave that one alone, fam. Like, just go somewhere. Eh, but like, if I were to mess with a younger girl, yes, she probably would be in her 20s or something like that. But like I said, I like a chick that's more like in my age range before I mess with a chick that's younger than me. Even though I do get a lot of younger girls that try to holler at me, but it is what it is at that point. So bottom line is, when it comes to older men, if you're in your 30s, touch your 40, I say have your fun, do what you're gonna do with the younger girls, but if you're like 50, yeah, you might want to mess with like the 30-year olds, or 40-year olds or something like that, because that's not a good look for you, Playboy. And as far as the when simping goes wrong, when does simping ever go right?
It doesn't. Never does.
So I mean, simping always goes wrong. Like, that's why I always be looking at this situation. Like, I can't understand for the life of me, how simps get down like that. Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of us, man, we all had our simping days when we was like maybe in our late teens, early 20s and stuff like that.
I know
But
I
then
did.
yeah, I mean, we all did. Everybody did. If anybody says to you that they never simped a day in their life when they was in their late teens, early 20s, they would be lying their asses off. Because we all had to learn from somewhere. Not everybody had the answers right when you became an adult. Like, that's cap. But yeah, but it's what you do with the knowledge that you have is what can make you a better man. And obviously, in Steve's case, he's he didn't learn nothing, because ain't he about somewhere in the, like, mid to late 50s or something like that, and he's still going around here simping.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Man, shoot. And I mean, and I know a lot of people go still, oh, so he can't simp for his wife. I'm like, no, it's nothing wrong with doing stuff for your wife. That's your wife at the end of the day. Like, you married her for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, for sickness and health, till death do you part. Yes, you're supposed to do these things for your wife, because that's the person you chose to spend the rest of your life with. So there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you're never supposed to tolerate disrespect from your spouse, no matter what. Like, if you feel like that this person is doing you wrong, or even if you're hearing about, like, because he tried to shut it down, basically saying ain't nothing going on, he's good, she's good, everybody's good, ain't nothing going on. But it's like, they had to get that from somewhere. That doesn't come out of thin air.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And I mean, and I'm not, and even though I don't like dude's message, I don't agree with him at all on on most things, but even I don't want to see him go out like this. So like, that's why a part of me is like, I hope that this is fake. I hope that this is staged. I hope that this is just some fake stuff going on or whatever. Because if it does turn out to be true, then I mean, as much as I don't like him in that sense, I will feel sorry for him because it's like, my God, dude, you should have saw the signs a long time ago, especially with her. But boomers never learn.
Yeah, that's true. And they want to educate us MTV generation on something that they never learned growing up. It's mind-boggling.
It really is, man.
Well,
Really
anything
is.
else you want to add on here before I hop off this thing?
Only thing I want to say is, man, this was a good show tonight, man. You did your thing, touched on the topics that needed to be touched on, and just keep doing your thing, man. That's all I got to say.
We'll take
Must be talking to somebody. Damn, I ain't never seen that at the bottom. StreamYard live stroll. Wow, it's crazy.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I was talking to something, but I'm gonna hop off here in a little bit. Appreciate you having me. Appreciate it. Was a pleasure to have you up here, man. Thanks for the
Right, man.
support.
No doubt. I mean, I did say whenever I had some time, I would come up here. So I like to be a man of my word.
Yep, I appreciate you. I'm gonna support the Kill 'em Sweetly movement no matter what.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate it.
All right, bro. Take care. I'll drop you
All right,
down.
man. All right, I'll leave myself, fam. Deuces, everybody that's watching.
Sorry about that, guys. Well, this was a very interesting show, and shout out to my boy Killer Swag for coming up here speaking his piece. Shout out to you, Killer Swag. Get the bag. He don't care about them price tags. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Hustler and Muscular, and you know what I do? Giving you the truth straight out the boot. Hit it out the park like Babe Ruth. That's what I do. Peace, y'all.